Hello, welcome to Wardrobe School. Here's where you learn how to sew and upcycle clothing to sell or to wear yourself. I'm Vanya, and today we're going to talk about how do you plan to do a show, like a market when you are going to sell your clothes in person. And so I'm making like a few videos on the subject because I'm preparing for a market like in a week or so from now. And I want to tell you the things I do, my process and everything, so you can learn and use the ideas, get inspired, and help you in your journey as well. Okay, so this video today is going to be about the products, the pieces I'm planning, right? Like then next we can do like how I prepare the labels, how I display the pieces and all. But today we're going to talk about the pieces I'm planning on make before I'm ready for the market. Okay, so. And first off, you think like, so some people sell clothing and they make a collection. They just design like 3 months in advance and they design and then they say, or even longer, right? And then they send to some factory to make or something. In my case, I usually do like, I sell 3 kinds of garments. I sell pieces that I make from scratch, like really like from fabric, and then I just cut and sew the entire piece. Some pieces I upcycle, so I might make from scratch from used materials, or I just transform the piece a little bit. And I also sell used pieces that I just save them. I find them, I handpick them, and then I have some criteria to select them. And then I take, clean and do everything and then sell as well. Usually those are the base ones because I don't like making so basic clothing. So, but I like to have at the markets, I like to have like a little collection, right? So then if a client wants to buy a pair of pants for me, that's kind of funny, then they can go and also buy a shirt that's more basic to go with the pants. And so that's why I have those recycled, but I'm all about recycling and upcycling. Okay, and so those here are kind of like the crazy ones. I'm gonna show a few types that I'm gonna do, easier ones and harder ones, and like why is this good, right? It's good because it's unique. So you just make some stuff that no one else has, no one else is selling, and you can stand out, right? That's why I like to do that. It always worked for me, so I'll keep going. And also you can use everything you have, not everything, but like I like to collect stuff because I'm always thrifting. People give me stuff, I buy by the bulk, I buy online, and it's my business, so I'm always like collecting. I have stuff like I have like 2 storage filled with stuff, and I keep shopping. So I can sometimes, some of the pieces I'm going to show you today is just like things that are leftovers that I just put together, and I can make a new piece from there. So it's a way to use everything, right? Not left, so I don't leave anything behind, and I include everything. And also it's good because the clients like having customers. I know, like one of a kind, right? It's a discussion. Like it's not easy to have a business like one of a kind, but the thing is like people like to have special pieces in their wardrobe, like that no one else has, right? Like my customer, you might be watching, Heather from the market, she like usually goes in the morning, like we open at 10 o'clock, she's there at 10 o'clock at my booth to see everything I have new, because she knows that week I probably have made new stuff and she wants to try before anyone else sees it. And if it fits her, if she likes, she'll take it, and she knows that no one else is gonna have that garment. And so that's a good thing. It's like a little harder than when you design and send everything to a factory, but it's very special. So I think that's very good, right? And speaking about one of a kind, some people are scared of that, right? And that's what I say, like just don't let that stop you, because even in upcycling, sometimes you can make one piece that is, it has that shape and you're using some sort of materials for that, and it might be only one, because when you're grabbing like a bunch of clothes and turning to something else, you're not gonna find again the same clothes, so you couldn't make like a exact garment like that one, but you can make the same shape of garment using different materials, and the idea is the same, right? So that's it's possible. You can also repeat certain parts of the design and have as an options for your clients, and it works. It always worked for me, and I see big box stores doing that. Even like Urban Outfitters does that. Like they do that. They, if you see, they have like a renewal brand or something, and they have like, you go, there's a bunch of t-shirts, old t-shirts that they printed something, or a bunch of sweaters that they transformed into some certain way that's not necessarily exact the same color, right, and the same texture, but the design is the same. They have even sizings and stuff, so it's a good way to think about that. All right, so and speaking of size, how you probably wonder, like, and I know that stops people from making upcycling clothes and, like, you know, as a business and stuff, is how you choose size, how you do sizes, right? When it's all recycled and you don't really have like that, you can really design as a new garment, like a collection. In fact, you can, like I just said, but also what I try to do is make like sort of sizes that fits most. So, you know, and I know that's hard too, because there's plus size, and I respect everyone. I'm not trying to you know, say anything like negative, but it's like, you can make, like, I like oversized stuff, so I'll make like large enough that's, it fits people that are bigger than me, but also I like to wear loose like that. And, you know, there's certain shapes and cuts and sizes that will fit most people, or at least like categories of people. You know, if it's petite, then you make some sort of petite section in your shop that has, you know, that will serve that audience and, you know, that customer. And then you make like a larger size, and also like think about who are the people who shop from you and try to serve them. Okay, so sizes. And again, like you can, I've done like tank tops that were, I would take from a shirt, right? So I'll take like a silk shirt that back a few years ago, I would find a lot of those like cool print shirts that are silk, and I want to turn them into tank top for summer. And then I cut different sizes, you know, depending on the size that I had the shirt there, I would join two together, or just cut it from the same one and make different sizes. And it was like different colors, but we had different sizes, and they sold out. I made different designs like that at my shop, and always sell. So, you know, that's an option. You can do sizes, all right? And if you don't have ideas, if you're like, oh my God, or you have too many ideas, or you're like losing the idea world, I want to share with you these ideas here, and that might help you to pick and choose yours. Okay, so let me show you my table here, where I selected, so I kind of like put them in piles and make like that. So the first one I'm going to show you is the patchwork dress that you probably have seen before. Let me put those here. You probably have seen in my Instagram that, you know, there's a dress like I'm dancing and I make like very loose. I just put a bunch of pieces of those. So I take those shirts apart and then sew them together. One part, so the top of the shirt will be something, you know, like the bodice of the dress. I'll usually try to combine, and that's the tip there for upcycling. I always try to make something to look that's not just like thrown together. I like to show that I put some thought into it, right? So, or at least I try. And so I would rather, instead of like cutting a shirt, let's say, to make a dress, right, I could just like crop the shirt right here and then add a bunch of stuff, and that's that, right? And I've done that, but I also feel like if you play with it, if, you know, if I take this apart and mix with another couple shirts, that could be a more interesting bodice for my dress. And then I add, and that's because it's patchwork and I like to play with the, you know, the combination of prints and everything. And then the dress looks like it was made from scratch, which it is, but you know, it's just a bunch of shirts taken apart, right? And then I try to like choose from by like prints. I also try for this kind of project, I like to use, here it is, I like to use pieces that have some issues, you know, or I couldn't really use for something else. Like for instance, this one is like a rayon. It's like an older H&M shirt, and you know, I don't like to use like a special H&M shirt for something that's like very important. But if I love the cat print, so if I take it apart, it's just pieced out together, then it's good. Then this is a silk shirt, this is a cotton shirt. I try to put all natural materials together. this shirt, for instance, it was I kind of wanted for myself because I love the chair print, but then it has holes in the right in the front, and it was like burned or something, and it had other issues around. So it's a great candidate to go to be taken apart and become a dress. And this shirt, even though I love it and it's silk, I had it for sale at my shop, but it never sold. So time to become something else, right? And so that's one. And then this one, it's gonna be the same thing, like a flowy dress. And this dress can be like XL, can be small, you know, you just like put together. And you can see I have tutorial. I think I have a tutorial on at least sort of like how to make this dress if you wanna try. And look, it's the same thing, like silk. This was like a pair of pants that are already used for something else, but there's a lot of silk left here, so I'm gonna use it. This is linen, and I didn't really like the shape of the shirt, but I thought I could use the embroidery. And then I'm matching with this other one that also has some like embroidery. I think it's cool. And this is a silk shirt that this is like a base piece that I'll definitely sell. I could sell as a, you know, just a complement for the wardrobe, but it has this rip here, and that tells me that it's not like very strong. So I rather just find the most strong parts and cut it and make and use in my dress, right? This is like a rayon dress that I got. This is also rayon, and then just this piece of silk that I can put together. And also is a necktie that, look, it's polka dot and it's 100% silk. So I'm gonna take it apart and use this because I think it's cool to add to this combination here. And I think the whole thing later on, even though it looks weird now, I think it's gonna be cool. Okay, so there's another one, and then there's this one that is okay, so I got the other day, like a couple months ago, and this is, I love it because it's like a three-piece rayon thing. It's like a set, right? And so even though this shirt I could sell as is, I'm not super crazy about this print alone, but then mixed with these other ones, like, I love it. So I think I'm gonna just take this apart and look how it's where is it? Let me find. It's like two parts. It's not three pieces. Like, it's a dress that's doubled because it's sheer. They did a double layer here. So look, it's like a tank top, right? But then it's like double layered with this print underneath and then this one on top. And so here's one tip which I've learned. This is like from my experience. Sometimes you have, just like this shirt here that I was just mentioning, sometimes you can try to sell, or like something is old and for some reason no one wants to buy that piece, right? But the minute you put your touch to it and you change into something new, it sells because it's fresh. I guess because also I try to make more contemporary or like timeless, so it's more sellable or something. But I wouldn't say, like, this is a commercial company. I wouldn't say that I am better than them knowing what's gonna sell or not, right? I'm sure somebody would buy this, but I know if I change and make into something that makes sense for my customer and it's fresh, it will sell faster. So in this case, what I want to do is just keep since it's a tank top, like a tank cut, right? I'm gonna keep that and then do make a tiered skirt with everything else that's left, mixing this shirt and everything, and then make a tiered dress. And it's just gonna be like a classic tank tiered flowy dress that will fit most, and it's nice and it'll be sheer, but you can wear at the beach or you can wear something underneath. Some girls like to wear you know, like neon underwear underneath, and they like, or just put a body or something like that, right? So I'm very excited about this project, and it's gonna be, besides the gathering part, I think that's gonna be cool and easy, fast to make. So okay, those are the more complicated projects. Now let me show you this one that so this shirt has a story, and I like it, and I'm happy that's now going to be something, hopefully. So this shirt I got a few years ago, and it's a beautiful silk shirt, but it had some problem in the armpit. You know when it has a stain or something? And I washed it, but I couldn't get rid of the stain. And I remember it was summer, and I was like rushing to get stuff done to take to the market. And I thought, you know what, this part's so beautiful. If I just cut the sleeve, get rid of the sleeves, I'll probably be able to sell it at, you know, for summer. Somebody will wear like as a tank top or something. So I was kind of sloppy, and I just zigzagged the edges of the armhole here. But then I saved the sleeves, you know, just in case. And I had this for sale at my booth. It didn't sell. And so it's time to become something else. I'm not going to trash this because look, it's so much there's a lot of details that are really beautiful and I appreciate, so I must do something else with it. So now what I'm thinking is, and hopefully I'll be able to do this week, is to cut this sleeve into, like cut it in two like that. And after I add the amount of volume here, I can have a puffy sleeve. And then I think this blouse is going to be beautiful, like very romantic with this finishing, puffy sleeve. And then it can be for summer or for fall. It's 100% silk, so it's very easy to wear any time of the year, right? So in a color that's timeless. And so fingers crossed, fingers crossed that I'll finish this because that's going to be cool. Now, there is... what it is. Oh no, there's the white. Let me show you. So I have this pile of white pieces here that you'll be like, oh my god, what are you doing with so much white stuff? So I try to collect them and I always keep them together because I love working with white shirts and stuff, right? Men's shirts, I have the blue ones, the piles, and so, but this is my pile of whites, and I have a couple ideas for this. So some of them are going to be a dress just like this. And the way I do this, if I have time, I'll do this time. If not, I'll do later. Several years ago, back probably like 5-6 years ago, I took those a lot of white men's shirts like that, and I put them together as like a puzzle. You know, if you get like, I just open up, get a pair of scissors, open all the seams, place it on the floor and like match them together as a puzzle, and then sew them all together and made curtains for my store, for my old store in Brooklyn. And it was really cool. So I'm thinking of doing the same now, and then making a dress similar to this one, but more like, it will take more time. So from this pile, I'm gonna grab some of the shirts that are the same, like white, right? So, same tone of white, and then do this. And this will probably take me like 5-6 shirts to be able to make a dress. The other ones I want to print. So for instance, and then I choose like which ones have any issues like stains or holes, and that will become the puzzle to make the dress. And then the other ones that are not, like for instance this one, that's a Pendleton shirt, and it's all together. It was just like really abandoned in the basement of a thrift store. No one was gonna buy this, and so I got it. And now I could do a print, right? It's a medium size, so it's easy to fit people. And I think that's a good plan. And then, so I'm excited about printing stuff. and that's one of my things. Like I try to sometimes have a piece, when I find some pieces that I don't want to sew them as is, and I also don't want to take them apart, then I just do a small touch, like a little touch to it, right? I'll do an embroidery or I'll do print, and then that becomes part of my collection. And then people recognize it, they like it, and I sell them. And so those shirts here would be the same idea. And in fact, these, I want to do prints, right? Because they're like good looking blouses. Look at this. And you know, just like those silk shirts. This is like pink. I could do a print in red, right? And print is faster, so I like that, you know. And it's upcycling. I'm just you know, it comes down again to that what I was saying earlier. When you give your touch to it, something special, it's easier to sell. Because think about this, could sell as is. Somebody could wear. My husband loved those shirts, like for the beach, for when it's summer. Just 100% linen button up. And okay, but also if I place my print on it, would be cool. And you know those prints that I look at this one as well, blue, right? Remember, I don't know if you saw on Instagram these prints that I made, and those are like monoprints. They're really fast to print, and I think, you know, it's a tasting to, you know, it's like a style, right? I like the style, and I know my clients like, because it's like artsy and strange. And so that would be awesome on those shirts. So that's what I'm planning. And the types of print I do is these are like either, usually I do stamps, rubber stamps. You might find on my Instagram, on IGTV or something, I have showing how I do the stamps, or I do this monoprint. Also, I've done like with foam, like prints with foam. It's fun, and it gives you a branding also as well, right? So when people see that, they recognize, and it's cool. And then if they like it, you know, they will buy this shirt in no time because they like the print on a natural shirt, natural fiber. And so that's how I go for it when it comes to just do a little touch on a piece that is saved from landfill, right? Also, I got t-shirts, and I collect those t-shirts, not necessarily vintage t-shirts. If I find a very old white t-shirt that's worn out, I'll sell as is, because people love that, is a thing. You know, it's just like my clients, they love it. But if I just find used t-shirts, I wash them very well and then print. So these also are gonna be like for stamping. I stamp and make patterns on the shirts. I've sold a bunch of them, like fun, cool things that people want to wear. So then, like, you know, and it saves the t-shirt from the landfill, because very rarely people are gonna shop this at the thrift store. Usually they get rid of it, right? So that's my plan. I have a bunch of this I know I can get done because it's fast. And then this one that I don't know what I'm gonna do yet, but I have an idea, and I just want to share with you what is in my mind about it. So I found there was a stain somewhere. Yeah, there's like a big stain on the back, and I found this. It's like a set, two-piece set. Also at a store that was like, no one's shopping there. They have like things going up to the ceiling, to the roof, to like crazy amount of stuff. They actually beg you to buy stuff. I swear, when I buy a bag there, the lady is like, get this, take this as well, because she's trying to just push the stuff. And so I'm like, yeah, I'm getting this one. And it's a set. And the thing about this, it's just a lot of silk fabric. It's a crepe, silk crepe. And this fabric is so expensive. So how can I possibly not save it, right? Even though I don't know what to do yet, I'm thinking like maybe I'll do because of the body of the silk, that it has like volume, you know, it has sturdiness, sort of. I don't know how to explain that, but I know, for instance, if I make a puffy sleeve, it will stay puffy. You know, it will be like you'll just hold up, you know. And so I'm thinking of maybe making like a straight, weird kind of dress with a puffy sleeve, and that will be like more contemporary and stuff. Or just do like a princess cut or something. It could even be two pieces. You know, I can make a set of like a top and a skirt. So let's see what I come up with. But this might not make it to the market this time, but maybe like in a few weeks, right? So yeah, so I hope that's it. So that's my plan when it comes to garments. I mean, these are the pieces that I want to finish this week to add to the ones that I already have, right? Already have some stuff that, you know, you've seen me making a lot of stuff. Some stuff I made for my size, so it doesn't really fit other people, but whatever I know that could fit someone else, I'm gonna take there. And then I'll have some vintage stuff that makes, you know, jeans, stuff that I don't really make. And those bases that I said, and then I'll try to finish those, because these are gonna bring freshness to my market. And so they're reopening after the pandemic and all, and I haven't done in a while. But usually when I do weekly, I always try to make those like new and fresh items. So then it refreshes my booth, and then people, you know, some customers come almost every week. They like to see new stuff. Okay, so I hope this gives you some inspiration and ideas, so you create your pieces as well, upcycle, save the stuff from landfill, and have people wearing them. All right, If you like this video, please share, give a like, and tell me what's your biggest takeaway. What do you like more? Did you learn anything? Tell me in the comments. All right? I'll see you soon.